New Year, everyone. It's Amanda here with your January 2019 RUNESCOPE plus 2019 preview. I'm doing things a little differently this year. Your 2019 RUNESCOPE, covering the whole year, is available over on my Vimeo channel. You'll find the link below. It's 2 readings covering first 6 months of the year and the second 6 months of the year. Those are, they take a lot of time, effort, and energy. It's 2 readings per sign. So those will be available over on Vimeo from now on. Again, just follow the link below. Your 2019 Career and Finance RUNESCOPE is also available over there if you want to take a look at specifically money and career and job and studies and all of that stuff. So lots of cool information over there. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. But for this reading, yes, I will be using, in conjunction with our runes for January, the Medieval Scapini deck by Luigi Scapini. One of my favorite decks, as you've noticed if you watch my videos. But also then we are going to pull 1 card from the Viking Oracle. We're going to pull 1 rune. These are rune cards. This is the deck I use in my private sessions. We're going to get 1 rune to get an idea of what the year holds for each sign, and then we will be pulling 1 Major Arcana tarot card from the classic Rider-Waite deck by Pamela Coleman Smith and Arthur Edward Waite. So, instead of spiritual guidance, we're just going to do it all right here on YouTube, and then you can go over on Vimeo and check out the yearly stuff. But just want to take a moment, as I always do at the start of every new year, to thank those of you who have been following me, who have whether recently or from the beginning. I am in the middle of my 5th year here on YouTube, so I really, really appreciate all the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments, and all the people who book readings with me, particularly my regular clients out there. You know who you are. Thank you so much for choosing me to read for you, whether you're choosing me here on YouTube or to book a private session with me. I totally appreciate it, and want to thank you, as I do every year, just sending out holiday and New Year's blessings. So thanks so much. If you are new here, welcome. Please do click the subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever I upload new content. And without further ado, let's jump in and see what 2019 holds. Hey Scorpios, let's see which rune wants to talk to you about January 2019 for Scorpio. What is going on with the Scorpios? January 2019. January 2019 Scorpios. There it is. As always, keep in mind that these are general readings, Scorpio. So not all of these messages will be for you. Some are going to be for the other Scorpios that are watching. That's why I always encourage you to check out the video for your rising sign as well, to get additional messages and information or clarifying messages about what may be coming up in your sun sign reading. Of course, you can always schedule a private consultation with me. The new year is a popular time to do that and see what the new year holds for you. I always have my 30-minute standard Skype session available, but you can also book through February 28th the 1-hour New Year's session. It's 2 full readings, just like your general RUNESCOPE over on Vimeo, and also time for some specific questions as well. So just drop me a line at my email address. All the details are below to set up either one of those lengths of sessions. But in general, what are you Scorpios doing in January? Challenge or focus? We got the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands, it's interesting. Pisces just got this, but in a different position. It's about launching something, starting something. It's like you're sending something out and then waiting on the results. So, you're sending something back, you're sending something out, waiting on feedback, waiting on customers. You could be launching a website or trying to get something, but it is coming up as the challenge. So maybe you're running into some things that you're gonna have to figure out. You've got a date that you wanna launch something though. I really feel like it's either like you have a date and you're gonna do whatever's necessary to get this launched by then, or you launch something and then it's kind of maybe like the response is a little slower than you were thinking it would be. So yeah, there's a bit of a delay or maybe a freeze on some of the activities. Maybe the holidays, it's kind of like the holiday haze. You know, it takes people a little bit longer to respond. Maybe it's like you're trying to get in touch with somebody, but they're out of the office still at the beginning of January, and you really need an answer, or you really need some feedback. There's a bit of a waiting period here, but I think it's temporary. I don't think it's a big deal. I feel like by the time we get into 2 weeks into January, 3 weeks into January, things are moving, because this is a minor arcana card. So yeah, you may have to change the date, push something back, push back a start date, just because somebody fell behind or somebody's playing catch up here. You may be playing catch up, we go back into the office and maybe, you took off some extra time around the holidays or someone else did. And now it's just kind of frustrating getting things caught up so that we can make a launch date or get something done. So many of you may be coming back on the 3rd of January because I've got 2 3s here. So, I think you're in demand, Scorpio, actually, though. Once this takes off after this initial delay of everybody getting back to work and back into the normal routine, I feel like you're really... Be careful not to take on too much. I mean, that's what I'm getting with January. Be careful that you haven't kind of overpromised, especially if you own your own business or if you're working like on a contract basis or freelance or something. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff coming at you, and you may be like, oh gosh, I'm having to juggle, because you get the 2 of coins, the juggling card, which we'll get to here in a minute. But yeah, in the present energy, so this would be for many of you end of December going into January, early January-ish. We have this other 3, the 3 of coins. So this is all about, collaboration. There's an unexpected offer coming in to collaborate with someone, to work on a new project, to work with a new team. So this may kind of come in. If it didn't come in at the end of December, it comes in right out of the gate in January, Scorpio. Kind of like a bolt of lightning. Hagelas is the rune of unexpected, something unexpected being thrown at you. So this wouldn't be something you applied for or something that was, pardon the pun, on the cards for you until it comes in. And then you're like, I think it's a really positive thing. You either really want to work on this project or you want to work with this team. It's definitely a group you want to collaborate with, a company you want to collaborate with, a client that you want to work with. So there is, but again, with Hagelas, there is just kind of this, okay, well, it's going to shift everything. I got to shift. I'm not going to turn this down, but I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the stuff I've already committed to. I just see it, having to move some stuff around, reassess your schedule, redefine your schedule, and really kind of get things moved around a little bit. Now, the help that's going to be available, we do have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Let me see what this could be. An air sign individual, male or female in these general readings. For some of you, this will be a male, for others, a female. But yeah, it could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. In the reverse, this is somebody who is trying to, with the rune here, maybe like trying to take advantage of you, trying to use you for something. And you're going to move on from this. You've got new beginnings, new projects. So yeah, if somebody, maybe that's what's coming up here for some of you, because I do see you ending one contract or turning something down. So, I mean, if you feel like they're trying to hoodwink you, or whatever was promised is not delivered. If somebody was trying to, was either dishonest about what a job would entail, or dishonest about the particulars of a position. I think you're gonna be like, look, you know what? I've decided against this. I'm not gonna take on this project, or I'm not gonna work on this project, or I'm not gonna take this job. Because I've got this other way better opportunity. I want this one, and and it is kind of happening so that you will know, like, how you can free up your schedule, right? Like, I'm not gonna, like, because this was a bad vibe and this is not a good foot to be getting off, right out of the gate, somebody not being honest about something, that is kind of the universe letting you know you can let this one go. It's the other stuff you should focus on. This one is just a waste of your time. This could also be in a personal relationship. This could be somebody that you work with, that you, either a boss or somebody that has always been kind of dishonest or deceitful, maybe used you or took advantage of you, maybe piled a lot of work on you that wasn't, or always trying to get you to do things that weren't in your job description. They could be getting the axe. They could be leaving or getting fired, so there could be somebody leaving your sphere that you're glad to see go. It could be in a personal sense. I mean, this could be you ending a relationship, Scorpio, getting rid of somebody who was taking advantage of you, who has hurt you by lying or deceiving you in some way. And they're either being let go, or maybe they just find another job and it all works out to your benefit, and you're able to maybe move into their position or take on some of their job opportunities, their projects. And maybe it's stuff you always really wanted to work on, but this person was kind of in the way while they were there. You weren't ever allowed to work on this team or work on these kinds of projects. And now they're out the door and you're ready. Others of you are leaving someone. It's coming up as a help to you. You're going to leave someone who, like I said, you're going to move out. You're going to move on. You may have already, many of you, somebody new in your sights, or you got your eye on someone new. Maybe that's what kind of woke you up, that you were living with or in a relationship, staying in something that was not for your highest good. And someone new that maybe you met while traveling. Maybe you met somebody while you were home for the holidays, or out and about over the vacation or over the break. This could also be somebody taking over this position, whoever this is getting the oust, someone new taking over this position that you're really going to vibe with, and not just on a professional level. Because the rune here is, it can just be luck and new beginnings with that, but there's also with this usually some love energy. So it could start out professional and be a good working relationship that way, but then it also seems like it may, for some of you, be a love match as well. Now, what must be accepted about January? Like I said earlier, we've got the Two of Coins. This is that juggling card, but it's in the upright. So you are going to be able to do that. Like I said, there may be something that falls away, something that you let go because, again, somebody wasn't on the up and up. They weren't being honest with you. And so you're like, go on. I got too much on my plate to deal with this nonsense. Feihu is here indicating you're increasing your money. There is a job offer. Many of you are working from home. Many of you are working in real estate. You may be buying or selling property if you were looking to sell your home and move, or if you're looking to rent out a property. You're going to be able to do this in January. So you're also going to get a really good deal. If you're purchasing a property or selling a property, you're going to get more than asking price. Maybe you got, again, 2 offers. You got 2 people who want to buy your property, or you got 2 renters that want to move into one of your, if you are a landlord or a landlady. You got 2 people who want to move in, 2 tenants, 2 possible tenants. And again, if somebody lies to you on the application, they're out of there. Or if somebody lies to you about the shape of a home that you're looking to purchase, or the shape of a property, and your inspector finds out, there's a big problem with this, and then, you're like, okay, well, we're going to drop that one and go with this other one. But many of you, I think this is work. I think this is, especially if you have a home business, or if you work a day job and run a home business, or have recently launched like a home business, a side gig. You're going to have an offer to collaborate that is like, you're like, man, I'm lucky to get this. This could be something you were trying to get, or something you were putting a lot of effort into. Maybe this was something that started last year and there was a long interview process. And you're just now hearing back in January. Maybe they were doing that in December and, they're making the pick and finally moving ahead here in January with the start of the new year. But yeah, this would be something you really want, because Uruz is here indicating that you really went after this. It could be something popping up in January as well that you're like, oh my God, I would love to get this. I would love to get this contract, or I would love to get, to do work for this company. And, it looks like the pay is really good too. So you're making money like gangbusters in January, Scorpio. It's really, really a good month for money for you. Particularly anything to do with property, anything to do with home, anything to do with something coming back from the past. An opportunity that maybe you didn't get. Maybe they hired somebody else, but that person didn't work out and you were the runner-up. Or maybe it's a company you applied for a different position, but they're coming back to you with, hey, would you want to do this? I know you applied for this, but would you also be interested in doing this kind of work? And you're like, yeah. But yeah, many of you, I feel like there's a lot of work you're going to be doing from your home, or you are selling homes and that's going to be your business, or renovating properties, or interior designing, you're decorating homes. There's a big connection to domesticity, your neighborhood, your home, with your work and how you're making money. I feel like many of you, though, this is just one contract you're going to be juggling, though, because I see you got other things. And again, I feel like there's one that was delayed, maybe, that you started in December, you were already working on maybe before the holidays, and you're trying to finish that up in January, but there's been some sort of a stall on that, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to juggle all this? But you're going to do it. You'll make it work, because you can't turn down the money here. The outcome is the Knight of Coins in reverse. Again, this could be another person for some of you. A Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, earth sign energy. Knights are generally younger. This air sign person coming in as a queen would be 35 or older in general. But knights could be younger. In the reverse, whatever has slowed down or been delayed, it's in order for you to make a new connection or open up to something else. So again, this could just be saying that I feel like for most of you, this is not so much a person, but it's just the energy of whatever has slowed down or has fallen behind, it's also falling away. Like, if there is a contract or something else that you were doing where it's kind of just, kind of grinding to a halt, or definitely is not as busy or as not as quick as it used to be. Or if somebody's not getting their work to you as quickly so you can do your part, it is kind of that signaling that this is what needs to be maybe dropped in favor of the things that are moving. Because you don't want to miss out on money waiting on somebody who's dragging their feet or who's too slow getting things back. Now, another way this works, because the Knight of Coins in the upright is the slowest knight in the entire tarot deck, when he's in reverse, that indicates he's no longer just kind of plodding along. I feel like for many of you, this is just indicating things are happening fast. New beginnings, new partnerships, new working relationships are opening up, new creative opportunities. If you've been working in a field that is maybe not as satisfying to you on a creative level, or is not maybe using all of your gifts, I do feel like this is going to be this client that you're landing, at least one of them, maybe two of them. You're getting more clients or gigs or work that is more in line, or you're working on this new team that is more like what you want to do. It's just more satisfying to you to even just say or tell people, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm working on this project now, or I'm working on, I'm working with this company now. And I'm just feeling like other people are going to be very impressed by what you're doing or who you're working for, or, the team that you're on, or the kind of work that you're doing. Because again, this is something that you've been striving for quite some time. There's a certain sort of status that comes with this. So if there's anything you're watching this here and you really want a certain job or a certain contract, Scorpio, it's coming in January. And if there's nothing on the table yet, if you're watching this kind of early on or at the end of December, January could open up a whole new world here. Especially after the 3rd of the month. I feel like the 4th onward, or the 2nd week onward, is really when things start clicking into place for you. So yeah, don't freak out if things start out a little slow. It's right after the holidays. Everybody's just kind of getting back to the grind, getting back to the office, because it's a midweek with the 1st. A lot of people are probably taking that whole week off. So don't freak out if things don't even get going until the 2nd week. Because once it starts, it's going to be nonstop, which is, I think for you, is going to be refreshing. I think for everybody, it's going to be refreshing after all those retrograde planets we had to deal with in 2018. In January, everything's direct for the first time in I don't even know how long. And everything has had time. I mean, everything went direct in December, but it hasn't had time to really kind of get up to speed until January. It's full steam ahead. So looks very good, very promising for you in January. You're gonna know which projects to take and which to drop. And I'm just seeing you jumping though from task to task all day, because you got so many things to do. You got so many tasks to juggle in order to bring in that cash. But you're gonna make it work, and you're gonna bring in all the money. You're just raking in the dough in January, Scorpio, so enjoy that. It's very cool to see that for you. Because I know that, given the past readings, you and Pisces were really dealing in 2018 with, financial challenges, work challenges, all of that. That does seem to be at an end as we get into January, Scorpio. So I'm really happy to see that for you. Yeah, I just saw a rune that was kind of hiding and turned over as the help to you. Ingwaz and Bjork, new beginnings, new partnerships, tons of luck. People are suddenly ooh, who is this Scorpio? Professionally, and maybe personally as well. Who is that Scorpio? They seem to really know what they're doing. And I think you're going to be in demand for your skills and your talents in 2019, Scorpio. But let's take a look. Let's draw a couple cards here for your preview. We're going to pull one rune card, and we're going to pull one major arcana tarot card. You've got Deag in the reverse, but here it is in the upright. Deag actually has no reverse position. And then you've got the Lover's card in reverse for the themes and energies you'll be dealing with in 2019. So Scorpio, the Lovers in reverse could mean at some point you're involved in a love triangle in 2019. You could fall in love with somebody who is otherwise attached. You could be in a relationship with someone but be really interested in someone else. You could also end a relationship or marriage in 2019. This card in the reverse can mean that. However, what it does mean is options. Deag is all about enlightenment, like seeing the truth of something, but it's a process. So anybody that you are unsure about, you don't know if their motives, again, kind of, this person may already be around. If this swords person, this air sign, is someone that you're involved with already, anybody trying to kind of take advantage of you or deceive you, that truth will come out into the light. But again, it'll be a process. So take things day by day when it comes to relationships. Try not to get too attached to outcomes in 2019. I mean, you know, there's this tendency, especially sometimes with women, like as soon as we meet somebody, we're like, oh, this is the one. And you're totally seeing the wedding, you're totally seeing kids, you jump immediately to the future. Try to live in the moment. I mean, it takes time to know if somebody's the right person for you. And that's what this is saying. Because I think like if you already kind of jump to that conclusion immediately upon meeting somebody, you're going to be disappointed. So do try to take it minute by minute, day by day. Let someone prove themselves to you. Take the time to get to know them and see them for who they are rather than for who you would want them to be or where you would like this to go, because it doesn't always work out that way. This could also just mean that you will be with the one you love, but first somebody's going to have to get out of another relationship. They're going to have to, you know, get divorced, or this could just be you meet someone when they are separated but not quite divorced, and then, you know, you do have to kind of wait for them to get things taken care of in that area. This could also mean just choices, like you have to make a decision. And in the reverse, this can mean like finally choosing somebody, making a decision as well. It's all about the choice in the upright, and kind of trying to decide between two options. You know, if you've been stuck in that in 2018, 2019 could be the year you make a decision. And for some of you, it may not be, if you were already kind of in this like triangle situation in 2018, who you choose may not be either one of those people. It could be somebody totally new that you have not met yet. They're standing in the darkness. But one day in 2019, they'll step into the light and it's totally going to change your world, totally going to change your perception of who you thought you were going to be with. The Lover's card is associated with the sign of Gemini. So this person that you're dealing with, that you're maybe walking away from, could be a Gemini, or there could be like this energy could be heating up around Gemini time, which is end of May, early June. So stay tuned for that. Scorpio, definitely do check out your 2019 RUNESCOPE over on Vimeo, and the career and finance RUNESCOPE for 2019 is over there as well. It's totally just dealing with job and money and work and all that stuff. So if you haven't had the chance, probably a lot more about these opportunities coming in for you in that reading as well. So all the information about everything's below. Best of luck to you for January and beyond, Scorpio. Thanks so much for stopping by.